All right, welcome to the video, everyone. This is going to be a short video. This is some climbing footage from a project that I worked on earlier this year. This is the same project as the leaning birch tree removal. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it at the top of the screen. Check that out if you're interested. So what we're doing here is just pruning this tree to remove this long lower hanging limb that was kind of going out into a backyard. I could have reached it with my pole saw, but I decided to just climb. Just to make it a little bit easier cutting through the bigger wood with the chainsaw versus the pole saw. But what I want to talk about is tree work sales. So I happened to come across a conversation on a tree forum where somebody made reference to the salesperson for a tree company should have some sort of tree climbing or tree work experience. And it got me thinking. And I do agree with this because sales and tree work are two different things. So yeah, you might be very skilled at sales, but I think that if you're going to be bidding a job, you need to understand the mechanics of, how is this job going to be completed? What is necessary? What can be done, what can't be done. Something that comes to mind is hazard trees. So, for example, a tree that is decayed, rotted, but maybe it can't be reached, with a bucket. But is it safe enough to climb? Are there nearby trees where a climber could tie into as a backup for safety? Right, so somebody who has a good amount of tree climbing and tree work experience would understand this kind of thing when looking at a job like that. But somebody who just does sales, who has really never been on an actual tree work site, may not really understand, the process, whether a tree is safe enough to be climbed, or do you have to rent or contract to get specialized equipment like crane, lift, and obviously that's going to factor into your bid. So my personal opinion, if you're running a tree company and you're not doing the sales yourself, you're hiring people to do it for you, I think that person should have at least some experience either working on the ground or, better yet, climbing or operating a bucket. That's just my personal opinion, for the reasons I mentioned, because there's a lot that goes into a bid. And I'll say, from my own experience, there's been jobs that I've chosen to not bid, precisely because of the reason that I mentioned earlier. Trees too far gone for me to want to be able to climb safely. And maybe there's no trees nearby that I could tie into. And, that I'm sure there's other people out there who have probably been in that situation, who have chosen to not bid something because of something like that. So, looking at it from the other perspective, you can have somebody who is great at sales and just goes there and sells work. But, then a crew shows up and then they're like, well, we can't do this, or we weren't told the condition of the tree. So that's why I think somebody should have some experience before they go out and start selling tree work. Appreciate you all watching. I'll see you all in the next video.